I have been challenged to cut my makeup time in half. I am known to spend a lot of time on my makeup, and this is not because I don't know what I'm doing. It's mainly because I enjoy the process. I enjoy taking my time, I enjoy smoothing things out to the best they can be blended, and I enjoy making sure every line is perfect and going over things again and again to make sure everything is done properly. Now, that results in a 20-minute makeup session, something that should be 20 minutes, taking about an hour or more, depending on how much makeup I'm putting on. So I've also been known to just skip makeup when I have to just stay home or if we're not going out anywhere. And it makes me feel good to have makeup on, and to skip it completely is kind of a bummer. So I'm gonna try and cut my time. I'm gonna have a timer rolling as I'm doing this. Okay, here we go. So I don't know if I mentioned this already, but a lot of the videos that I've been seeing, girls doing 5-minute or so makeup tutorials, they skip steps. And listen, that's the whole purpose, right? Because you want to make sure that you're getting your time down. It makes me cringe. Girls will skip their face primer or their eye primer, and I understand that. I just can't. So what I'm putting on now is the Smashbox Photo Finish Smooth and Blur Primer. And not trying to rush, but trying to do this in a good amount of time. I'm now putting the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion just on my eyes, like that. And yeah, it's these steps that like I'll just keep going over my eyelid over and over and over again because it feels nice, and I don't know. That's just what I do. Okay, so next I'm going in with my foundation, which is the Clarins UV in Light. It's got a SPF of 50 in it. And because it's summertime and I'm also doing a little bit of self-tanner, my face needs to become a little bit darker than the rest of my regular, foundation. So this is pretty light. So usually in the summertime after this, I'll go in with IT Cosmetics. It's the CC Plus Full Coverage Cream. And this just gives me that darker color and blends in with the rest of my body. Again, I could be dabbing and dabbing and dabbing for an extended amount of time because I do enjoy it. But we gotta make sure that we're just putting it down and we're blending it quickly and we're not really wasting any time. So some of the things that I'm not gonna skip are obviously my primer and my foundation. You know, I could easily skip the second foundation, right? But in order for me to feel good about this whole process and to kind of like not half-ass it, which I kind of am, but still feeling like I'm presentable in a way, I'm going to spend the time I need to spend. I'm going to spend the time I need to spend on things like my foundation or things like a very quick bronze instead of like contouring or spending a lot of time in those areas. This is MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. Just pop that in under my eyes. Now after this step, I typically set it with a translucent powder. I know some girls or some people will skip this step. I can't. Like these are just the things that I can't skip. It makes me, maybe I gotta learn. Maybe I need to learn to like if I'm trying to cut my time down, maybe I need to learn to cut some things out of my routine. I mean, the idea for this is that I'm gonna be maybe going out grocery shopping, or like I have errands to run and I wanna put on some makeup. Like I don't need to look like a fashion model, right? Or like someone that's on the cover of a magazine when I go out and do these things. But again, it's also what I feel comfortable with. I've got a translucent powder. This is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I really like this. And I just dab it with a dry brush there, just pack it under. This is actually my first time using these sponges. I got them from Shoppers. I had something a lot softer, and frankly, as I'm using this, something that was a little bit better. Well, may not be buying this kind again. Okay, done. Next, I use my MAC Fix pressed powder just for my face here. I've been using this pressed powder since high school. I don't think I've used any other pressed powder that I've liked as much. So I think I'm going to continue using this for a very long time. Okay, now I had mentioned that bronzer is not something I'm going to skip. So this is the Marc Jacobs bronzer. Smells like coconut. I really like this one. It's a bit expensive, but I find it's worth it. If you spend a little bit of money and you get a product that you really like, it'll last. And it's better than getting something that you're not happy with for cheaper, which I have done before simply because it was cheaper. So if you can spend a little bit extra and get something that you're really happy about, it'll last and it'll be worth the amount that you're spending. Okay. This is a step I don't need to do, but I'm just gonna go in again with the same, and just with a little bit more of a tapered brush, and just go around the sides and in here, and just bring it down as well. Blush. This step, this is just a MAC blush. I've had this forever. This is Fleur Power Satin Powder Blush. Eyebrows, yes. This is something that I could spend an extended amount of time on. I think this is probably my favorite step. I thoroughly enjoy it. I'm using the Winky Luxe Uni-Brow. I actually got this in a FabFitFun box. And I really like it. It's really pigmented. And the angle on it is kind of neat. I mean, it's chunky, which I like more of a finer tip when it comes to doing my eyebrows. But the amount of product that comes off here, I feel like I'm able to do my eyebrows a lot quicker because of how much product I'm able to work with. I don't have to go over the same spot over and over and over again. Whereas I usually also use a Sephora brow pencil, and it's great, but because it's so thin and the product doesn't come off as nicely as this one does, it makes it a little bit more challenging for me to cut my time in half with that specific product. Again, for the sake of today, just trying to put something on my eyebrows. This will do. People are probably not going to know how much time you're spending on your makeup. You're the only one that's probably going to know how much time you're spending on it. And that's pretty true, I think. I mean, I know what could have been done better, but the general population is probably not going to know the difference. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking a nude eyeshadow and just going underneath just to brighten it up a little bit and just to clean up any lines. I also like to take the same color and go over the top. Again, just to clean up, just to make it a little bit more cleaned up. Okay, and then just gonna quickly buff that out so it blends in. Okay, good enough. Okay. And just for those that are wondering, this is the Kat Von D latest shade that I was using for under and above my eyebrows. Okay, eyeshadow. I've been getting as much use out of the Sephora Pro Pigment palette New Nudes. That's a mouthful. And the reason being is because it's just got all these colors. So I'm gonna go in with, actually, yes, gotta remember, this is trying to get your makeup down in as little time as possible. So I'm gonna go in with Magnolia and just quickly brush this into the crease. Just get some color on there. I like this shade because it's a little bit darker than a regular nude, and it makes it look like there's something there. For a look like this, where I'm just trying to, you know, throw something on to make myself look a little bit more awake, but without throwing a bunch of different colors on my eyes, this is a great color to start with. I'm known for putting maybe 3 or 4 different colors on my eyelid. You've got the crease, the outer corner, you've got maybe the lid or the inner corner, just, you know, and then constantly blending it out. So trying to keep it short here. Okay, then I'm gonna go in with blonde. It is this shade here. So this one was Magnolia, and and this one here is blonde. This is the one that I'm going to go into with my crease. Just a little bit, just to get a little bit of definition in there. Okay. How are we doing for time? 15 minutes. This is definitely not going to be a 5-minute or less. I know last time I timed this, it was 25 minutes. I think I can get it down. I think I can get it down to, to 20. I don't know. We'll have to see. So I'm just going in with blonde again, just to put some color at the bottom here. Okay, blending too much. All right. This is just a clean, fluffy brush. It's a little bit denser than the other one that I started with, just to blend everything out. All right, let's see what we're doing for time. 2 more minutes. Actually, maybe it would be 1 more minute. I didn't look at the seconds. Got 1 more minute. All right, guys. And done. I made it to 19 minutes and 30 seconds. This is presentable. This I'm okay with. I wouldn't feel as beautiful as I usually feel when you've got killer eyebrows and just amazing, beautiful shades on your eyelid. I do feel beautiful, don't get me wrong, but this is more just presentable. You know, you don't look so tired. You don't look like you just rolled out of bed, and you're kind of ready to tackle the day. So I'm at 19 minutes. What I will do with my hair, who knows? But this is a look. This is a look. I think I can get it down more. Maybe, I don't know. I was doing a lot of talking as well. But I was talking as I was doing my makeup, so I don't think I'm gonna shave off any time. I think 19 minutes, 30 seconds is my best time right now. In a week or so, maybe I can get it down more. We'll see. But I hope you enjoy this video. I don't think it's gonna be helpful for anybody. Maybe it'll give you a good laugh. Maybe you guys will laugh at me and give you guys something to chuckle about. Well, anyways, thank you for watching. I hope that you take a look at all my other videos. And if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe.